Good evening. There's a fundamental change coming to the Apple devices in our pockets and on our desks. After years of frankly falling behind in the AI race, Apple is now gearing up for a complete reboot of its iconic voice assistant, Siri.
And I want to be clear, this is not just some minor incremental update. No, we're talking about one of the biggest overhauls to Siri since it was introduced more than a decade ago. The goal here is to transform Siri from a simple tool that just follows commands into a true AI powerhouse.
So let's get right to the bottom line. What does this actually mean for you? Well, first, Siri is being rebuilt to act like a modern conversational AI chatbot. Second, it's going to be integrated deeply across your entire system, meaning it can understand and act on your personal data in all your different apps. And finally, all of this is going to be presented in a brand new interface, which even includes a standalone Siri app.
Okay, so let's start with the most visible change, the brand new interface. The way you actually interact with Siri, day in and day out, is about to look and feel completely different.
You know that temporary glowing orb that pops up at the bottom of your screen right now? Well, that's being replaced. In its place, you're getting a persistent standalone app that keeps a full history of your conversations. So, where Siri used to have basically zero memory, you'll now be able to search, pin, and even save past chats. The whole look is getting a major upgrade too, with one design reportedly integrating right into the dynamic island.
Now this new standalone app, it's really the heart of this whole new experience. It's going to act as a central hub for every interaction you have. You'll be able to type or speak to Siri, scroll back through your history, and get this, you can even upload documents or photos right into the chat for Siri to analyze. So you can think of it less like an assistant you call up and more like an ongoing conversation you can have with your device.
But really, the interface, that's just the beginning. The real revolution is in what this new Siri can do. We're seeing a huge shift here, from an assistant that you simply command to one that actually understands the context of what you're doing and can act proactively for you.
And this is all possible because Siri is becoming what's called a system-wide AI agent. So what does that really mean? Well, imagine asking Siri, "Hey, summarize the key points from my boss's emails about the project this morning." The new Siri will be able to go into your Mail app, find those emails, and give you a summary instantly, without you ever having to leave the app you're in. That's the idea.
And you'll be able to tap into these new powers in a few different ways. There's a new Ask Siri function that lets you highlight text anywhere on your phone and send it to Siri for context. You'll also see a Write with Siri button right on the keyboard, giving you instant access to AI writing tools. And of course, you'll be able to just drop documents right into the Siri app for a quick summary. The whole goal is to weave this AI seamlessly into how you already use your phone.
And this is a really big one. This new intelligence is going to be everywhere. Apple is apparently planning to replace the Spotlight search you know today with this new, much more powerful, unified Siri interface. So when you swipe down on your home screen, you'll get a single, intelligent place to find information, whether it's on your device or out on the web.
Now for the big question, right? When are these changes actually going to land on your iPhone? Well, this has been a really complex, multi-year project for Apple, and the timeline, frankly, has already seen a few delays.
So the first plans for this overhaul were shown back in 2024. The original debut was actually slated for spring of 2025, but that got pushed back. Now the official unveiling is expected at Apple's big developer conference on June 8, 2026. The public release will probably follow that fall with iOS 27, but we should all be prepared for a staggered rollout. Not everything might be there on day one.
And this quote from some of the reporting on the project really drives that point home. It seems that while Apple is going to show off the full grand vision in June, many of the most advanced features, the deep access to personal data, the on-screen awareness, those probably won't be fully ready for all of us until well into the fall of 2026, or maybe even a little later.
So, all of this brings us to the final, critical question. Apple is making a massive, long overdue push to really compete in this new era of AI. The plans are incredibly ambitious, and they could truly reshape how we interact with our most personal devices. But the question that remains is this: will this reboot be enough to finally make Siri the indispensable assistant that Apple promised us all those years ago? I suppose only time will tell.